Man, really hoping to see some more Breath of the Wild sequel footage, or the title or something, but hey, we got Sonic news instead. Hello everybody, Xyno here. Well, it looks like they finally showed a smidgen of gameplay for the new Sonic game, so yeah, it's pretty nice to look at. I gotta say, it does its good job at giving you more questions than answers, other than the fact that it's an open world game as far as we can tell, so there's a lot of expectations because we've been doing open world games for all the other franchises of the gaming universe for over 10 years, you know. It finally got popular enough for other very popular IPs to do it, so we'll see how Sonic does it. The open world part is not my biggest, draw to the trailer. It's the confusion on what he's running from, what weird boost particle thing, why does he have this power, who was he listening to in the trailer there, and what led him to this area to run around in the first place, which I guess it does tie back to the open world because it's a big sprawling world that he had to run away to, or was there to stop something. We don't know. All I know is the weirdest thing for me, and this goes way back to when I saw trailers for Sonic 06 back in the day, this gives me Sonic 06 vibes in the hype sort of way. Not just the way Sonic 06 is, how everyone portrays the game now, but when you saw all the press release footage of or the E3 footage or the trailers for Sonic 06, you saw that cool, very green field of him running around destroying fancy looking robots just like he does in, he's not destroying fancy robots in this trailer, but they look different. They look like a new type of enemy. We don't know if Dr. Eggman is behind this scheme, faking being behind this scheme, or not even doing anything. There's a whole bunch of freaking questions. I have a feeling he's not going to actually be the antagonist of this series, but an ally to a certain degree, or he wants to make sure that this guy doesn't take over the world so he can later, that kind of scenario. But yeah, it gives me those kind of vibes. The music kind of gives me the vibes too. It's a little orchestrative, but in an epic sort of way, like what Sonic 06's soundtrack is like. So this is literally sending me back into 2005. It's so weird. And I never really got to experience Sonic 06. Hell, I owned the game twice, I think, and I haven't really beat it. But again, just based on the trailers and what I've known people reviewing it, it looks just like that in the trailer fashion. It's really weird. But the one major thing I guess people are complaining about, and it's just that one little snippet of footage where you see Sonic standing there and it pans the camera out, is he's doing the Sonic Forces pose, which again, it's apparently pissing people off because they're like, oh no, it's gonna move and control like Sonic Forces, which we don't know yet because we didn't get to see him run around. The only time we saw him run around was in a CGI pre-rendered cutscene. So maybe they're being sly with the movement, maybe they don't want it, they're not ready to show it yet, we don't know. But I have a feeling it'll be a lot more open, flowy. I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt, but it's going to feel like something hopefully like Sonic Adventure 2. Crossing my fingers for that, but yeah, this trailer is something weird, and those are my thoughts on it. It gives me Sonic 06 vibes in the hype trailer sort of way back in 2006. The music sounds cool. Whoever the hell was talking to Sonic sounds weird. They sound like a fairy, which hopefully isn't the case, because then it just leans a little too much towards Breath of the Wild, because you can tell from the environments it's very inspired, and it's hard to stray away from that because, yeah, it looks like the Earth. It looks like the edge of an island, You saw the ocean, you saw the lush green forests and grass and plains like every other open world game has, but it had that high tinted blue type of lighting that you would see in a AAA open world Nintendo game, e.g. Breath of the Wild. And I don't know what to think about that because I hate how he's following in Nintendo's footsteps. I remember even back in the late 90s he was doing the best to establish high gaming graphical fidelity all in one go. He was always ahead of the curve. Sonic Unleashed, those graphics are still praised today. They still look next gen. And now I feel like he's catching up to today's modern standards because he fell so far behind, with this type of gameplay. But we'll have to see how the gameplay works out on that. If I'm remembering finally what this game was supposed to be called, I think it's Sonic Frontiers. If we look at the end of the trailer, I could be totally wrong. That's what everybody called it in the leaks, so I'm just going with that. I don't remember it because I don't have it with me in the corner of my eye or anything right now, but it looks promising, especially since they've been working on it for years, and they're not doing it, hopefully, like in the way that Sonic Forces was, where they lost, apparently, allegedly, they had to restart the whole game from scratch, and they came out with Sonic Forces. Like, there's a whole development, horror process on how that works. So with them actually taking their time with this one, because they didn't really give Sonic Forces an extended after development life, like a lot of games these days have, and hopefully COVID didn't do anything to slow down their process. Maybe Sega's clever enough to actually utilize their studio from home and whatever they had to do over the past 2 years and use that time effectively, because we can definitely tell Nintendo is not. And I hate to say that, but it really looks like they are taking forever to release things. And that's a whole different rant, so I'm going to stop that right there. But yeah, so that is a weird trailer. Oh, and the Sonic movie trailer was pretty cool too. It gives me exactly the same vibes as Sonic the Hedgehog, the first movie, and Knuckles looks really cool. He's a cool antagonist, and I really, really hope that they spoil the... I mean, I spoil the mid-movie part where he gets introduced, and he ends up being on their side at the end, because, you know, Sonic Hedgehog 3, Eggman tricks Knuckles into thinking Sonic wants to destroy the world with the emeralds and blah, 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 blah. So we'll see how well they adapt that. I'm just worried how much time they're crunching into that movie, because a movie only has so much time to establish new characters, new plots, new events that happen, especially if it's a sequel from the other movie. There's a lot to cram in there, and unless they make the movie long enough to accommodate all that time, we'll see how well it works, because you see they're all over the place in the movie, and it's not just because it's a Sonic extreme fast actiony ADHD everything's changing every second kind of movie. It's also because they're doing so much in one movie with new characters, new events, new storylines, blah 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 blah. I already reiterated on that. So yeah, that was interesting, and we'll see how well these things turn out, because they're not going to be coming out for a while. More hyped about the game though, because I would like to run around and do nothing with Sonic all the time and just admire the scenery, because the architecture, I can't say the word, architecture, the buildings, I need to learn English. The buildings look really cool. The style of those ancient buildings, or whatever they're tied to those machines, or Sonic's powers, or whatever, looks really neat, and we can't wait to see how well that ties together. You know, Sonic maybe has to run around the world and find ways to unlock new abilities, his homing attack, his bouncing, his kicking, you know, all that usual stuff they see. Hopefully we'll get cool new abilities that they have in the old one, but like the old games. Sorry, my brain's all over the place. We'll see. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see how well they integrate the open world into the type of gameplay to make it rewarding and fun. But we can't judge it based off this one trailer. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this hype-up event, and hopefully we'll see. I want to see if you guys agree with me on like it looking like a Sonic 06 style trailer in a hype sort of way. The CG looked good. And we'll see if you like the way the art is going in it, because it looks alright. I just wish they could do a little more with it, because it's Sonic the Hedgehog. They were like the graphics guy for like 15 years of his first like career. It's weird to call it career, but ever since he was a franchise. Anyway, I'm gonna leave now and let you guys anticipate and go watch more videos, probably other YouTubers, because I don't make YouTube videos that much anymore. But see you later.